Hey guys, this is going to be my last video for y'all, and it's going to be on time to the nearest minute. Okay, I have drawn a clock for you. Remember, Miss Young has told you all year she is not an artist, but I wanted to kind of show you this without the hands covering up the clock so you could get a better idea of it. And then in just a minute, I'll get Judy and kind of show you how to do this. Okay, now remember when we have a clock, we read the hour hand first, which I know there's not an hour hand right now, but we read the hour hand first, and we read it by the big numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we say it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Those are your only choices for hours. Now, the minute hand or the long hand, we read counting by fives. So you start at 1 and you say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or back to a clock again. Okay, now I have drawn little marks between each one of the big numbers, and these count by ones. So in between the big numbers, you'll see 4 small marks on each one, and those count by ones. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second on Judy. Okay, I grabbed Judy, and let's go ahead and try this. Let's see. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this okay right here. So let's say that it is, let's do 1 o'clock. It is 1 o'clock. Okay, now I'm gonna hold this in front of me. Try to make sure I'm in the middle so you guys can see it. Okay, so 1 o'clock. Remember that we read the hour hand or the short hand first, and then we read the long hand counting by fives. Okay, so if we have 1 o'clock and we go to this first line right here on Judy, this would be 101. The second line would be 102, 103, 104, and then when you got to the 1, it would be 105. Remember, we've learned all of the number ones. We're just learning in between. So those numbers are going to count in between the numbers that you have already learned. Okay, so let's pretend that it's 105. The next little line would be 106, 107, 108, 109, and then it would be to the 2, and we know that that would be 110. Okay, so you're just reading in between the fives, and those count by ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and try a time that's different. Let's say I'm going to have my hour hand point at the 2, and let me see. I'm going to put my minute hand on the last little mark before it gets to the 6. This time would be 2:29. When it got here to the 6, it would be 2:30. But remember, in between, you're going to count by ones. Okay, let's try a different one. Alright, we'll see if her hands will want to stay. Okay. Probably shouldn't be like this. Alright, so let's read the hour hand first, and that's a shorthand, and it is pointing to the 10. It has not gotten to the 11 or past the 11 yet, so it can't be 11. It's still in the 10 o'clock hour. And then we're going to read the minute hand, which I think moved on me. Yeah, Judy's hands are old, but I wanted it to be on the second line, okay, between the 8 and the 9. All right, so the way you would figure this out, I'll kind of hold it there, is that you would count by 5s to figure out your minutes. Remember, we already figured out the hour was 10 o'clock, so we'd say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Remember, the 8 is 40, but then we have to count by 1s. We will say 41, 42. So the time on here is 10:42. Okay, all right, let's try another one. All right, this time I put it on the third line, okay, between the 3 and the 4. Now, the first thing that we are going to do is figure out our hour, which is our shorthand. So our hour hand, or our shorthand, is pointing between the 4 and the 5. It has not gotten to the 5 yet, so the hour is still 4 o'clock. So we have that, and now we're going to read our minutes. So to read our minutes, remember we count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, but now we have to count by 1s. Remember, I said it's on the third little line, and so we're going to say 16, 17, 18. So that time would be 4:18, but Judy's arm doesn't want to say there. 4:18. Okay, let's do one more, and then I will let you guys practice at home. Let's say, okay. All right, so just to kind of show you right here, I'm going to put the minute hand on the fourth little line between the 10 and the 11. Okay, so remember we read the hour hand first, which, it moved, sorry, it was supposed to be here. No, actually that was right. Okay, so 12 o'clock. It has not gotten to 1 o'clock yet. It's getting very close to 1 o'clock. But 12 o'clock, and, well, 12. And then we have to count by 5s to figure out our minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Oh, no, sorry, it is, it's the one right before 55 that I have it pointing to. So instead of 55, it would be 54. So this would be 12:54. If I move it 1, where it's pointing to the 11, it would be 12:55. So remember that the little lines count by 1s in between the numbers that you already know. If it was, okay, let's start with 12 o'clock. You would have 12:05, 12:10, 12:15, 12:20, 12:25, 12:30, 12:35, 12:40, 12:45, 12:50, 12:55, and then you would have 1 o'clock again. So remember that the numbers, the marks in between, you count by 1s. I hope that helped you guys a little bit with time.